cheesecloth. Cheesecloth. Walmart in the press section. Yes. Yes. You can find it. You can find cheesecloth in a canning section. You can find cheesecloth in the craft section. If you have the kitchen store, I'm sure they have patchouli in there too. Okay, here is a sage tincture. I'm going to pass it around and let you guys check it out. Lavender. So we have lavender, jasmine, yarrow. Yarrow is great for headaches. You could take your sage tincture and add it to your bath water and have a ritual bath. It can cleanse you. Very well. Yeah. Please do not drink the bath water. It's not good. It's rather Ricky. So you see that the sage is breaking down. You will have, they will be sediment in them this evening.
How much do you shake it?
I shake it, I don't know, about a minute. Just so it's good and shook up every day.
And after the 8 weeks, you filter it out. So you use that cheese.
After 8 weeks, what I do is uncamp it. I take it and pour it through cheesecloth. Do not squeeze the herbs.
Like coffee filter work?
Coffee filter will work. Don't squeeze the herbs. Just gently let it drain.
You make all these jokes, but I haven't seen it yet. My son would be proud. I was going to say, no one word is yet. No one got it?
We are making tinctures here. We're having a good time. Anybody have any questions?
Where do you leave the tincture when it's sitting for the 8 weeks?
I leave the tincture, I have a cabinet. I put the tinctures in a cabinet. You do not want sun on these herbs at all.
Would you put it out in the moonlight?
You could put it in the moonlight, but you don't want it in the sunlight. Does the temperature matter? Did you store it at? You do not want it to get real hot. You know, kind of keep it in a dark, cool place. Okay. What I would do.
Does the vodka preserve it for a long time? Like it'll stay good for a long time because of the vodka or not?
Yes, it will. Actually, I have a tincture at home that I need to drain. I made one for money. To do money spells. It has patchouli in it and cinnamon. It is wonderful. I was afraid to bring it on the airplane, so I did not bring it.
Gotcha. Alright, so dark place, 8 weeks.
8 weeks, every day shake it. At the end of your 8 weeks, like I said, get your cheesecloth, coffee filter, anything to drain the herbs. Let them drain gently. When after you drain them, you have a tincture. What I do, we're making them in clear jars today. I do not make them in clear jars. I use amber.
Okay.
I have made tinctures in pill bottles. Wash them out, reuse them. Instead of having a trash can full of pill bottles, I put them to use. The tincture will work in a pill bottle. It doesn't break down the plastic, and the pill bottles are dark. Once they get done, I pour them in an amber jar and put them in my magical cabinet until I need them. Sometimes I go hog wild and I make about 30 tinctures. Wow. I have a lot of tinctures in my drawer.
That's a lot of vodka.
I go through a half a gallon of vodka probably in 4 months.
Oh my goodness.
I have a lot of tinctures.
Would you say they have an expiration date or not?
They stay good for a long time. I don't know expiration date. I do know they last. I have some that's 2 years old. And they're still just as fresh as they were when I made them. Okay, we got one lady that makes tinctures. She keeps hers in a refrigerator. Everybody does something a little different. No one person does it the right way. Everybody has their own way. Your way is the right way.
Interesting fact, it is possible to make a tincture with water, I've done it, but it does not stay good for as long.
Well, no, think about it. When you make tea in water, it's the same process. You're making tea, except you're heating it, you're doing it fast.
Yeah.
If you leave tea out overnight, what happens?
Right.
It goes rancid. I have infused herbs in water, but there's some that I used like within the next 2 or 3 days.
Well, the ones I have to do the math for the proof of the alcohol, but I do basically a 25%. Thank you.
So everybody can hear you.
Okay, I do the math with the proof of the alcohol so that it's 25% alcohol, and then, the filler of the vodka, and then I fill it up the rest of the way with water. And I keep it cold, and they last for a really long time, but, and I thought it would be okay with the alcohol, but I took one on a trip recently, and it did spoil when it was out of the cold, so it does have to stay in the cold if you do that. But that way you're not getting as much of the alcohol when you take it, and you can take a stronger dose.
I wonder if the water makes it go.
I think it is the water. I'm not, it's
Because
filtered
like
water.
I have
It's
tinctures
filtered
that's
water.
2 or 3 years old, and
It's filtered
they're still
water.
good. Yeah.
But I know there might have been some herb left in it.
Yes.
'Cause
You have to get all the
I'm
herb
not very
out.
good at
That's a
that.
good point. All
Yeah, if
the
you leave-
herb has to come out.
If you leave any in there, it will spoil, and it will spoil fast. I had one spoil in the fridge that had a fair amount of herbs
Right.
still in it.
Exactly.
So, but that's good for if, you want to make a very light alcohol for someone who doesn't drink, or if it's something you're going to take multiple times a day. Like I take my feverfew tincture 3 times a day, and I take 2 droppers full every time.
Right. See, and most of my tinctures I use for magical purposes. Some of my medication does not like herbs, so I don't take them. I don't ingest them. I will rub them on my skin if I need to. The sage is really good. The sage is one of my favorites, and the patchouli. They smell delightful. I've also done dragon's blood resin. That makes a really nice tincture. It's very strong. It melts. It gets gooey and icky. You do it the same way you would do these herbs. You run it to a cheesecloth, you throw away the bad, take it outside, give it back to Mother Nature. How long do we have?
What would the dragon's blood tincture be used for?
I use dragon's blood for more power. I use it to kickstart workings that I do. It's very good too. I also use dragon's blood to cleanse.
It's protection too.
It is very good.
Can you soak a gauze with the tinctures to wrap if you're in pain with a sprain or something?
Absolutely. But you would have to make a tincture just for that purpose. So when you're making a tincture, first you want the intent. You need to know what you want to do. Like I said, sage is a good cleanser. So when you go home and you think about making these tinctures, think about what you want the outcome to be. What is it that you want to resolve? What do you want to create? And then you gather your herbs, your base. Some people use glycerin. I have not ever used the glycerin. I have glycerin at home. Every time I look at it, I have a feeling, don't do it. I don't do it.
Can you use any other liquor besides vodka?
You want to stay with a 80 proof, pretty much? Is that what you
wanna
do?
You want to stay with about 80 proof.
Yeah, you don't want to go really much higher, yeah.
Clear seems to work best.
Who?
Clear liquors.
Yes.
You don't want to use like a whiskey or
Yeah.
a dark rum. You want to go with something clear.
Yeah, one is you can see, I like it because you can see through it and stuff. I don't know, I was
Well, and
taught to do vodka and I stuck with it.
The darker liquors actually have like flavorings and stuff already in there. That's what makes it dark, and that can actually throw off your mixture a little bit.
Yeah. So you don't want to throw off your mixture. Save your rum for Coke. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Claudia just asked if you could put Reiki into your tincture. Absolutely. You can put healing energies in these. Like I said, what is the most important thing? Your intent. What do you want out of the herb? Any other questions? Okay, so we've made tinctures here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You